Hey guys, welcome back to another clip of Schach-manuel-lernen. Today I'm gonna show you the second round of the summer season. I had the white pieces and I started with e4, and after e5 we went into a classical 4-knight game, and I decided to play the Gleck system. And here a bit special, he mirrored it, so bishop g2, castle. Here I calculated d4, but not the completely variation, unfortunately. I only calculated capture, and capturing here, and that would have lose a pawn. What I didn't calculate is that when he captures there, I can simply capture his knight on e4. And after, let's say, he would make the kind of obvious move, knight to d4, I can play bishop g5, and yeah, then he loses a piece, because f6 I can capture the knight, and if he captures bishop, I can capture his bishop. So castle, d3, d6, h3, knight d7. He played it with the idea of playing f5, and I stopped that with knight h4, knight c5, bishop e3, and his goal of maneuvering his knight is to bring it at the end to d4. So I played queen e1. Idea is to play g4 and f4 and protecting the knight. The disadvantage is he can play knight d4 and attacks the pawn, so I play queen d2 and now preparing f4 for myself. He played f5 for gaining a bit space. I countered it with f4, and after bishop e4 it was a calculation task, because we need to calculate capturing on d4, the pawn on f5 or the pawn on e5. And I decided correctly to capturing on f5. He captures with the knight, and this knight we trade, because this knight is doing much less than this knight. And then we capture, and now we have the important move g4. G4 puts his bishop back to e6, and then we can exchange rooks and bring the next rook to open file. Here there are various of ideas like bishop g5, knight e4, routing to f6, and my pieces are more active than his pieces. After d5, to stop knight e4, the problem here is a bit that both of these pieces are on the e file and both are not protected. So they're a bit vulnerable for attacking stuff on the e file. And here I made my first mistake. I played bishop g5. I thought of playing bishop f6 and rook e1. What would have been better is bishop f4, because bishop g7, for instance, loses immediately a piece. Rook e1 and position is just collapsing. Like, let's say queen d6 runs into another pin, and then we can play d4, and yeah. So here it would be necessary that he play this move, queen e2, and we just have the more active pieces, which computer says by perfect play you win, but of course it's easier said than done. I played bishop g5, queen d7, rook e1, and here's a small tactic in the air. Let's say if he would go back to c6, we can win material by capturing the bishop on e6. If he recaptures, we capture with bishop and we win the queen at the end. So knight c6 is not working. That's why he played knight f7. And here I was a bit over-motivated. I made an exchange sacrifice with the idea of active pieces routing knight via e4 to f6. And here's quite tough for black. He has two options. One move wins for him, one move loses. Queen d7 is the winning move because it holds everything together, protects the knight and prepares rook e8. He played queen b6 and that would be winning for me if I would have played king g2, because he has no good option of protecting this knight. I will show you a line for that. Let's say if he plays bishop g7, play queen f4, attacking the knight, so he has to defend it with rook f8. And then we have bishop e7 and it's immediately winning material and black's position will fall apart. Yeah, so that would have been correct, but I played bishop e3 and then here, credit to my opponent, he saw a wonderful move, bishop h6. The idea behind this move is he just want to liquidate everything. Let's say capture on b6, he capture my queen, I capture there, he captures, and because he has more material, he should be able to win this game. Then I captured on f7. If he captures, I will win because of queen f2. And the only option of not losing the queen is this one. But then I win the bishop on h6 at the end. But he calculated that properly, so he played king g7. And then I had my blackout, I saw a bit ghosts, I played g5. And I thought the bishop is gone, but of course he can simply capture. And then I just lost the pawn for nothing. And afterwards, he just eliminated everything. And when he's able to trade the queens, what happened like that, there's no way I can hold this position. And yeah, as sad as it is, because of this loss, I will fall first time since 7 or 8 years under 2000 rating, which means I just need to train harder and be more focused during the game. And yeah, with these words, I wish you a wonderful weekend. Take care and see you soon, guys.